I'd like to welcome you to another Tim Talk. This one's going to be entitled Flowers, Flowers, Flowers. I was talking to a good friend this morning and I asked her, I said, what would you like to hear on a Tim Talk? And she said, flowers. All right. I said, good. So here I am talking about flowers. It's been said, let me start up here. I love flowers. I don't think I know of anyone who doesn't love flowers. When you stop and you think about it for a minute, there's not that many things that almost every human being on the planet agrees on. And I think almost every human being on the planet can agree that flowers are beautiful, they're inspirational. Beautiful is not even the word. There's got to be a more expanding word than that. I mean, they're just inspiring, jaw-dropping, awesome beauty. They overwhelm me, the beauty of flowers. It's often been said, I've heard it before, I believe it, flowers are like, they're gifts to the planet. They're gifts to us. When I walk out into a meadow in the woods, or on the edge of the woods, and I look at flower one after another, each one is a living individual. Each one is astoundingly beautiful, just the colors alone. And they're opening to the sun and bringing the sun into them so that they can grow. And as they open up to the sun, they're putting a call out through their scent, through their beauty, their color, their shape, on the wind sometimes, to bees and hummingbirds and other pollinators, that they're ready, willing, and able to do their part to make the natural world full of life. In fact, if you think about flowers in this way, they're great teachers for us. Yes, they teach us about beauty, no question. But think about this. They are true earth caretakers. A flower not only brings beauty into the world, but it's food. Many flowers are food for many living beings like deer and squirrels and different birds and so forth. But flowers also, with their scent, call in bees and other pollinators, which pollinate and continue. The flowers grow because of that. They continue to grow because of that, because they go from one flower to the next. And they feed these animals. They create habitat to live in meadows and bushes and so forth. You see what I mean? Flowers are doing their part. They're earth caretakers. You want to learn how to be an earth caretaker, go watch flowers. Of course, the greatest earth caretakers I've ever known in nature are probably trees. And I think I've talked about that before. We can again. But flowers are right up there. And here's the beauty about nature. You don't compare. You don't say, oh, one thing's better than another, or one thing's more important than another. It all makes the whole. Just like our own human bodies. Everything within our body makes the whole. And then you take it to, and we and every living thing on the earth makes the earth. Wow, isn't that amazing? It's so simple, and yet so powerful and so true. So one of the things I would recommend that you think about doing is really starting to spend time with flowers. They have a way of teaching you that is so subliminal and so powerful. And often because it's subliminal, you don't even know exactly what you're learning or what you're receiving, but you are receiving the gift that they have to give. So go out, find flowers, sit by them, lay in the meadow, roll around in the meadow, walk carefully around them, enjoy them, look at the details, look at the stamen in the middle, and then expand out to all parts of the flower. Look down the stem, see what bugs or insects are living on the flower. Look at the tracks on the ground by the flower. Just spend time. Look at the individual and let your eyes expand out to all of the flowers in the area. Immerse yourself in them. Become them flowers. Let them become you and you become them. This is not some new age mumbo jumbo stuff, guys. This is simple. This is just the magic of life. You just push it along a little bit by taking the time and allowing yourself to open up to these possibilities. Think about it. Most of the time, the most people do, well, your average person just walks by flowers and doesn't even bother to look. Or they look, it's just passing like, ah. Somebody else might go by, they might love flowers, they might go, wow, that's pretty, that's cool, but they just keep on going. Somebody else might stop for a second and look, and then they keep on going. Take it to the level that the flower would like. Build a relationship. Go sit with them. Go be with them. Build a relationship with flowers, and they will come into your being. They will become medicine in your life. They will inspire you to do great things, and you will. And you might not even be able to track it back to those moments you had with the flowers, but that is a part of it. Now, one more thing I want to say is, one of the gifts we have as earth caretakers, we grow things, grow flowers, grow them. I just absolutely love growing flowers, edible ones and non-edible. And one of my favorite things is to create flower arrangements. I consider it working with the earth art. And I've talked about that before quite a bit. Find yourself some good vases, pick a bunch of flowers, not all of them, because I for a while there, I used to have trouble even cutting flowers for it because I loved them so much on the plant, the whole plant. But then I spent time and I realized they're going to die back anyway. And I've never become greedy. I never take every flower off every plant. I take one here, one there, one here, one there, that kind of thing. You know, I'm sensitive to it. And I listen to the plant. If the plant says, no, I want this one, then I don't take it. You know, I let it speak to me. But I'll pick a bunch of flowers and I'll pick some interesting weeds and branches and things like that from nature, and maybe some plant leaves and things like that from different plants and trees. And then I'll make arrangements and I'll put them in my house, and it brings nature into my home. It's so special. It complements the house plants that I have, and I get to look at that beauty all the time I'm in the house. And it's in the process of making the arrangement. And I'm talking about make an arrangement that is artwork, something you're proud of. It's in the making of the arrangement that I'm continuing to learn communication with nature. I'm continuing to learn how to see more deeply and in a more varied way. I'm opening up my senses by smelling the flowers, by feeling the flowers, by seeing them with my eyes. So there's so many gifts that come out of it. And then to kind of wrap this talk up, this Tim talk up, then give flowers as gifts to people that you care about. I know it's a great tradition to give flowers to someone at Christmas and at birthdays, but do it all the time. Do it all the time. You make the world a better place. You brighten someone's day. It's such a wonderful thing to do. And sometimes you can just hand someone one small little flower, or you can make a monumental arrangement, you know, depending on how you feel and who the person is. And sometimes you don't even have to give it as a gift to someone. If, like our camp, our school, we'll put flower arrangements on the tables. So everybody who eats gets to sit and see that beauty and be inspired by it. So there's so many beautiful things that come out of building a relationship with flowers, appreciating them, and sharing them in your life. So grow flowers, spend time with flowers, make flower arrangements, photograph flowers, draw flowers. You can't really spend enough time with them. They're the gift that nature has given to all life on earth. The beauty of color and shape. And wow, they feed hummingbirds and bees. Probably no animal on the planet is probably more important than bees. And flowers and bees, they're it, man. They do it together. So then gratitude comes in. Just have gratitude for it, for flowers, for bees, for hummingbirds, for the beauty. And then the medicine will live within you. And I don't want to sound kind of fluffy, but you'll almost be like a flower yourself. The gift that keeps giving. Oh, I started these talks, and I still believe they're mostly for our alumni and future students, people who are interested in coming to our school to continue with the teachings of the school, and or to be introduced to the teachings of the school. Which, if I had to break it down, it would be to build a deep personal relationship with nature, reclaim our birthright, to be close to our earth in a personal way, and a call to action, a willingness to take on the idea of becoming an earth caretaker as one of the purposes, if not the main purpose, of our life on earth. That's what these talks are about. I hope they inspire people, and I'd love to hear from you on ideas for talks you might like to hear and questions you might have if I brought any up.